Welcome to Star Citizen. I just wanted to show you a little bit about my PC. I've got the MSI Afterburner running there and it's in the background on my game. My name's Meta. I'm happy to have you with me watching this video. This is my first Star Citizen video in about 4 years. So as you can see in the top left hand corner there's the MSI Afterburner overlay. Which is pretty cool because it gives you an idea of what your computer's doing. We're just about to do some rock mining, so I'm going to get my ship. We've just had a wipe, and this is 3.17.2. A lot of players were complaining that they got a lot of money and then it got taken off them. Well, that didn't happen to me. I started out with about 900,000 or so, and I bought a few things, and I'm still at 740,000. As you can see, well, I haven't had my credits taken back to 20k, like a lot of other players have been saying they have. So maybe by the time I downloaded the game, which was yesterday, it was fine. So let's go ahead and go to the hangar. I kept saying pad because in the previous build they had, where was I supposed to be? Hangar 4. I forgot where I was. They had pads. They don't have. They still have pads, but now you get spawned into hangars rather than onto pads. So I guess it's harder to go out without your helmet on now, which is what I've just done. I better fix that, otherwise I'll be in a bit of trouble. So I guess the first thing I want to do when I get to aerial, because that's where I'm going, is to get some things that I might need later on, like armor and undersuits or whatever they've got to loot. This is my Cutty Black. I'm going to open the ramp and climb in. Only one downside to the Cutty Black, it doesn't have steps on the side, so it's very difficult. I mean, it's doable, but it's difficult to get in up this side. And as you can see, I don't have my rock miner, so I have to go and spawn that at an outpost. Yeah, so welcome to the video, and hope you enjoy it. Now I just activate my ship by pressing R. I see the engines are on. I'm going to go to the Moby Glass by pressing F1 and choosing my destination in the star map, which will be aerial for this particular mission. And as you can see up here on the left hand side, it's got the destination locked in. So now I'll go to the comlink and go to friends and ask to get let out of the station. So there you go, clear to launch, and the doors will open, and I'll just put it into third person view and lift off a bit. And when the doors open, I can always turn it on the side and go early, but that's a bit fancy, don't you think? So I'll just wait for it to open a bit more, and then I'll head out. My system is an AMD 5700G with 32 gig of RAM, a 1 terabyte SSD, and a AMD RADEON RX 6600 XT ASROCK with 8 gig of video RAM, so it's an okay system and it does a decent job. So now I'll look for my indicator to see where I've got to go. Blue circle, I line up my quantum overlay with the destination and wait till it gets to 100%. And then press B to quantum jump to that location. You've got to hold the B down, not just press it, otherwise you won't go anywhere. So then when I get to aerial, I'll probably end up heading to Latham. I tend to find that Latham's a little bit friendlier. The other station on aerial is called Bezdek, but occasionally you get griefed by NPC pirates, and also player pirates. So if you don't want to get shot down, it's probably better to go to Latham, although having said that, I'll probably get griefed at Latham now. So I'll find Latham in my maybe class, go to the star map, click on Hurston, click on Ariel, click on Latham, and then we'll go to Latham. Just find my Ariel's over there. Let's go to Ariel. So the condom uses up a bit of fuel, but not a lot for small jumps. The most important thing to watch is your hydro. Your hydrogen goes down when you rock mine, for example, or when you're flying around. So you just got to keep an eye on the levels, and when you run a bit low, say 25% or 50% even, just head to a station and refuel. So now we jump into Latham. Just a little mining outpost on Ariel, a couple of landing pads, a few buildings, similar to most other mining outposts in the game. Now we're going to set our speed up a little bit so we don't have to take so long getting there. Push the middle mouse wheel up, or whatever system you use for controlling your ship, and fly in. Ariel's a pretty good place to rock mine usually. Yeah, there's quite a bit of hadonite here, I found in the past. Occasionally you get a spectacular cluster of 10 or 12 rocks. Usually it's around 2 or 3 or 4, which is fine. Just takes a little longer to fill up your cargo space in your rock miner. There's nothing wrong with that. It's quite a chill activity, it's relaxing. It's not as intense as dogfighting or PvP or PvE or bunkers and all that sort of stuff. Oh, that was good. I just collided with the terrain because I was too busy talking and not paying attention. Okay, let's start again. Oh dear. So now I'm in hospital, and I've been healed, brought back to life, regenerated, as I say. I'm out of my hospital bed. I've lost one of my my expensive undersuits, so I'll just take that off and put the other undersuit back on. Take it off and drop it on the floor. Put that on. Now I don't have a helmet, do I? Yes, I have a helmet, which is good. They gave me a helmet. I don't have any med pens. I've got a couple of guns. Don't have any drinks. Got a few things here. Got some ammo for my weapons. Speaking of weapons, I'd better take one. I don't have a backpack, do I? Oh well, we better go to the refinery and get a backpack. I know it's an ugly Pembroke suit, but when you're mining area or Aberdeen, it's very useful to have one. How do we get out of here? No, that's not where we get out. That's where we get out, is it? Yep, I was right the first time. Oh well, so busy talking, I got carried away and crashed into the surface of the planet, or the moon. Didn't do myself any favours. Because now I have to claim my ship. I might as well do that before I go for my new helmet and backpack. Because I really want the Pembroke stuff. It's pretty good for the extreme temperatures of area 1.5 Aberdeen. Claim that. File a claim and come back later. You can always pay to get it delivered faster, but I don't like doing that if I can help it. There we go. Just come back in a few minutes and it should be ready to fly off in. Now we'll just go up in the elevator to the refinery deck. I believe I crashed into the surface. Well, this is my first video, so I'm probably not as good at multitasking as some other people who do it regularly. And it's been 4 years since I've done a Star Citizen video, so that's my excuse. I shouldn't really make excuses, I think. It shouldn't have happened. Lucky it's only a game, because fatal mistakes like that only happen once in real life, right? So we can go to the shop or we can go over to the display over there, but I'll just go to the shop, show you how the kiosk works. So we click on the kiosk and we want to buy something and we know we want to store it at the station, so we change the destination to the station and we go to armour, and then we see the Pembroke backpack, which is what I want because it carries quite a lot of stuff. And I want to carry a lot of stuff like drinks and what have you. And I do want a helmet, so I'll buy a helmet. I can get helmets from the outpost as well, but just in case. Right, I want to keep a helmet in storage here, in case something like what happens before happens again. Touch wood, it doesn't.
Again, I see.
So,
Welcome.
how do we get out of here?
See anything you like? Hey,
Through the
again,
door.
I see. Welcome.
You see the NPCs all lined up in a row. I don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Some kind of military drill, maybe. It'd be good when the NPC meshing gets sorted and they start acting like, well, more like people. Kind of off-putting to see them acting like statues and not doing anything much. Now while I'm in the elevator I might as well grab my backpack that I've just bought, and I might as well grab a gun, just in case someone decides to attack me. And I get some ammo. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do. Better get the elevator to come again. Alright, there we go. Okay. So, take 2. Hopefully the cutlass has been respawned on this station. This is HURL2, by the way, which is close to Ariel, close to Hurston.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Alright, 3 minutes and 21 seconds. The expedited time is instant.
Hey, it's no good coming here until we finish dealing with the rest of the Ninetales lieutenants. Take
Alright,
care of them
so
first, and then we can focus on finding the orders.
I'll go have a seat and come back, because I don't want to pay for that if I can help it. It's a waste of cash, even though I guess pretty much wasted cash on things I could get in outposts when I loot, but that's okay. Best not to waste cash if we can help. So you can sit on these chairs and you can turn your head and you can look outside and you look around. Oh, there's NPCs standing on the chairs over there. That's pretty weird. You can just stand up, press W to stand up, or whatever configuration you use. I just use the W and S keys to move around. I've got a joystick for flight and a mouse. I use a mouse as well. I don't have flight sticks like some people do.
Welcome to the ASROCK vehicle retrieval system.
Let's see how we're
Your
going with
insurance
that.
claim has been sent.
Okay, another 2 minutes. Maybe we'll go up to the Galleria and grab something to eat while we're waiting. The thing about Star Citizen is there's a lot of in-between time where you're not doing activities like missions or mining or making credits. You're just faffing around. Doing things like walking around, getting food, buying weapons, buying armor, all that sort of stuff, and you know, and then in between that you got stuff like flying places. Now, unfortunately, you can't buy pizzas. I really wish they'd bring it in so you could buy pizzas. However, you can buy these drinks here, which I think give you a little bit of nutrition. They're good for your thirst as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to store that because I don't really need it now. Store. So I stored that. I'll buy another one. I'll buy an orange one this time. They're pretty much the same thing. You just got different bottles. So I store that. So I've got 2 drinks. That's all right. If I open my inventory control, it's in. All right. It's in my backpack, which is where I want them to be, which is great. Okay, what is she? So on Hurston L2, you've got a personal weapons shop. Now, if you go looting outposts or bunkers where they have weapons, and you want to sell them, you can come here and sell them at the kiosk. Right, there's the kiosk there. There's another one at the back of the store. If you want to, also on Hurston L2, they have a ship weapons shop. So you can buy things like Panther repeaters there. Then I got the Platinum Bay, which is useful for drives and stealth quantum drives and power plants and coolers and such. So yeah, I mean it's okay. If I want to sell something like, say I loot a few outposts and I get armor and clothes, then I'll likely go to Microtech L1 and sell them there because they've got the armor shop and the clothing shop, and I believe it's the only station in the system that has both of those in the same place. Alright, let's try this again. So we'll go to pick up our ship, which should well and surely have spawned by now.
Welcome to the ASROCK vehicle
Yeah,
retrieval
we
system.
can retrieve it.
Vehicle selected.
So we'll try that again. This time I'll try not to talk my way into a death
Your
by
vehicle has
collision.
been delivered to the following
Hangar
address.
04, go to the lift. Just want to check something. Oh yeah, I'm still recording. Lobby. No, I don't want to go to the lobby, do I? I want to go to Hangar 4. That's better.
Look, there's no point in assaulting the barge while there are nine-tailed lieutenants still in play. Ren's not going to show himself till they're all taken care of.
So I just want to show something before we get into the ship. Now, you notice I destroyed my ship, but even though I've destroyed my ship, I'll just bring it up. Where is it? Why isn't it showing up? Oh, I get it. It's not showing up because it's been spawned. But even when you destroy a ship, it keeps the upgrades that you bought for it. It doesn't go back to the default loadout that you got when you bought the ship. So you buy new coolers and what have you. They stay with the ship when you destroy it, which is great because otherwise it costs you a fortune to continually upgrade the ship once it respawned, which I think would be terrible. So I'm glad they do that. I'll just do this all again. Set my destination. to get permission to leave the hangar, which is fine. Alright. Lift the raise the landing gear by pressing N. We're getting a bit of drift, aren't we? I don't know why we're getting this drift. Maybe it's a video graphics issue, I don't know. Okay, let's go back to Hurston first. Does it in stages, of course. Bring up the quantum drive overlay.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Hold and press B. Press and hold, I should say. To quantum drive. It's good for the new players in the game to tell them how to use things. I remember when I first started, it was really hard. And a great learning curve, huge learning curve to get to grips with this game. I mean, I'm glad I did. I think it's a great game, even though it's still in alpha and there's a lot of problems with it. It's probably one of the best games that's ever been designed. I really enjoy it when it's good. And it's really frustrating when it's not good, but you learn to live with it, I guess. It has a lot of loops, a lot of game loops. It's not a one-dimensional game. There's so much you can do in the game. And the depth of them and the quality of the features is pretty impressive. Let's do this again. This time we're not going to crash into the ground, touch wood. Oh, well, that's my coffee finished. I really needed that coffee. Oh, it's a beautiful game. I mean, look at that. The lighting effects are enormous. Using 21 megabytes of RAM, which is cool. The GPU's at about 83 to 90%, which is alright.
When's that gonna show himself till they're all taken care of?
It's running at 35, 40 frames per second, which is not too bad, I suppose. There's someone there, by the looks of it. Better do a scan of them. Oh no, that's me. That's where I destroyed myself earlier. Down there. What is down there? I want to have a look. I don't know. Well, let's get over to the station. Down on the pad. just ease into the pad, don't want to crash the ship again. A to go left, D to go right, unless you're using twin sticks. There we go. Press Y to exit the ship, or at least to get out of the cockpit. So the Cutty Black, right? Let's have a quick walk around the Cutty Black. Okay, it's this is the cargo base. There's quite a bit of space. I don't know how much it holds. Probably quite a bit. Okay, there's some. I don't know. What can we do with those? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Vehicles. Weapons, right? I want to hold the weapon. But how you hold the weapon? 1, 2, 3. No, never mind. I'm not a real expert at this game yet. I don't know all the key commands. That's okay. I'll jump out of the ship. We'll head off to this building first. There's the blue building, so I can spawn my rock miner over there. I'll go in here first and have a quick look. There's my death marker over there. A little red cross in the background is my death marker. Okay, there's a loot box there, so we'll loot that straight away. Get some drinks maybe. And I like to sell clothes and all kinds of stuff at the shops, so I loot whatever I can get. It's worth a bit of cash even if it's only a few credits. It all adds up. Okay, and there's a drink which I want, so I'll put that in my backpack. There's a hat. No, there are 144 credits at the clothing shop, so you know, nothing not to be sneezed at. I mean, it isn't a great deal, but I just said a minute ago it all adds up. And there's no point wasting opportunities to make credits in this game, because if you're grinding to buy a ship, or even just oh, there's a red loot box, or even just weapons or armor or anything else, it's good to take whatever you can get to make money. Oh, that's great, an undersuit. I need an undersuit. And those helmets are worth 1,515 credits, so I never leave those helmets behind. Okay, what else? Let's look in here. Open the door. Oh, another red loot box. That's great.
But first things first, we need the lieutenant's lid.
I always take whatever's in these red loot boxes because they're all pretty much worth money. There's another undersuit. I'll put that in there. Don't know, some of the helmets are not worth anything. Some of the pieces are not worth anything at all, but most of them are worth something. Don't leave them behind. I've got a grey loot box here, or a small loot box, which is full of drinks and food and alien plants. And I can change the filter over here to other, and it empties it out. It just makes it easier to transfer goods across. Now I have voice attack, but it's not cooperating, so I won't be using it today. Once I do sort out how to use getting voice attack to work properly, I will start using it to transfer items from in the inventory system Well, which is it's a handy tool. I've seen other people use it, and it saves a lot of time and a lot of effort. Okay, there's no more red boxes in there. We'll leave. Done that one. Great. We'll go to the blue building and spawn the rock. You can get the rock from New Deal on Rawville, and you can go to New Babbage to Amiga Pro and buy some upgrades for it, a Tapilo and some Defiance, and then go to the surface entrance and spawn the rock at New Babbage and then upgrade it there before heading off to do whatever else you want to do. There's a great video by StarCitizenWithCrash on how to do that. Okay, there's a red loot box again, which I'm really happy about. I love these red loot boxes. Well, we're getting plenty of undersuits today, which is a bonus, and plenty of helmets, which is what I said I wanted in the first place. So I'm going to keep a couple of those helmets and sell the rest. But first, what we're going to do today is do a bit of rock mining.
Welcome.
And then we'll leave the video there once I've done the rock mining. Grey Cat Rock, which I bought yesterday. Claim. Why is it doing that? That's better. File a claim. Your claim currently cannot be processed. Oh, okay. I'll go to the other terminal. Sometimes the terminals are bugged. Try this again.
To the ASROCK vehicle retrieval system. Your insurance
That's
claim
better.
has been sent.
I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. StarStreams will have to say that as well. I'm not paying that. Of course, he says it in a different accent to me. I refuse to pay that. There's some other great streamers you can watch if you want to get more Star Citizen content and more tips and tricks on how to play the game. You can watch Crouch After Dark and Jack Axton and Chris Lyron. There's quite a few Star Citizen streamers now, Star Streams of course, who I learned so much of. Okay, let's get our rock miner.
Welcome to the ASROCK vehicle retrieval system.
Where is it? There it is. I've
Vehicle
got it.
Selected. Stand by.
Go to the pad now and pick it up.
Your vehicle has
There we
been
go.
delivered to the following location.
Pad 1. There's still a couple of buildings I want to loot. I don't know if I'll get anything, but might as well have a look. And we'll drive the rock miner over there, so saves us a bit of footing around. There's our rock miner. So we walk up to the rock miner, get within 2 meters, and enter the driver's seat. I don't have any custom paints or anything yet, but one of these days I probably will buy some. Turn her on. I like this view to drive around, so I see where I'm going. And the other buildings are on the other side of the base, so we go over there. It's like a little ATV type of thing, this rock miner. It's pretty nippy. F4 a couple of times to change the view. Press Y to get out of the driver's seat. Press F4, right, you can change the view, and you can go press F4 again to get another view, and then press F4 to go back to the default first person view. Come on, open. Maybe I needed to say the magic words. Okay, what's in here? Not promising so far. No. No? Oh yeah, there's a grey loot box. Okay, let's see what we got. Alright, a Medipen. You know, Medipens are worth keeping because You never know when you might need one, so I always keep one at the station for when I go on do a mission or whatever. But they're good to sell too because they're worth 706 credits or whatever each, which is quite good money. If you have 10 of them, that's 7,000 credits, so it's pretty good. Look at sustenance here. What have I got? Plenty of drinks now, so I don't need any more drinks. You can see these melons, you can eat those, and these apples, you can eat those as well. I'll just demonstrate it. You can eat these melons. They give you a bit of sustenance, a bit of nutrition, a bit of hydration. Okay, I'll take the helmet off. Make sure you take your helmet off before you eat and drink. Now I'm going to eat the melon. Here we go. Now we've got to put our helmet on before we go back outside, or we'll end up dead. I might try one of these fancy helmets I've found. This one. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. Nice. Right. So that's that building looted. I'll loot the other building and then we'll get out of here and go do some rock mining. See if we can find any hadonite. I'll leave the rock right there and come back to it when I'm done. So as I said at the beginning, this is 3.17.2, early days of the patch, and I'm sure there'll be some more. They can do hot fixes as well. I was listening to Crouch yesterday. He said, "Oh, they can do hot fixes, so they don't have to wipe the patch or do major patches. They can do patching on the go now." There we go. Some useful things there. Some clothes sell for money, so take them. These hand mining these multi-tools, you can use them for mining. See, that there is a meal, a ready meal, and yeah, you can eat those, and they give you quite good sustenance, quite good nutrition. Yeah. Anything on top of that? Oh yeah, red loot box, lovely. So we'll see what they've got. A couple of things maybe. Oh yeah, look at that. 3,000 in helmets, just in those two. Not to mention the rest of the stuff. That's a good loot box. And I'll leave the stuff at the Latham local inventory until I get back with my minerals, and then I'll transfer them to my ship inventory when I'm inside the ship, and then I'll fly off to Microtech and sell them all, apart from what I want to keep, which is a couple of undersuits and a couple of helmets and maybe some armour. Oh, look at that. Looks like a Hercules. It's a nice big ship. G'day, mate. It's nice to have company on the server sometimes. Oh, they're not trying to blow you sky high, which is what they sometimes do. Kind of rude of them, really. One thing, when you've got a rock miner, I must point this out, after you've taken it mining, put it on a pad and repair it. They can blow up. Not blow up, but stop working and die. That happened to me recently when I didn't respect the fact that all the indicators were in the red and take it back to a pad to repair it, or an outpost I should say. So especially if your indicators are in the red, make sure you take it to an outpost and repair it. I've landed quite far back on the pad here. Now the Cutty Black's ramp is not best for getting things inside of it. You have to be pretty correct, accurate in the way you line it up, otherwise it gets stuck on the side of the ship, the inside of the ship that is. So I've lined it up pretty well. See, there you go. It's really hard to line it up. No, I don't know what's going on. Okay, that might be alright. We'll go inside and try. And what I might do is repair the cutlass though, because I probably damaged it banging into it like that. Okay, now to repair, just bring up the Moby glass and go to the repair and refuel icon on the bottom of it. So press F1, go to the spanner icon, and oh yeah, 42 credits. So I did do it a bit of damage by banging into it with a Roc Miner, and it's good to keep your ship in as best condition as you can. Alright, we'll wait for it to repair. Okay, now we'll take off. And we'll get out of the atmosphere. I don't know why I press the wrong button. Press F1, yep, okay, we're good. Oops, what F4? F4 changes the view. OM5, I don't want to go to OM5. Definitely want to get out of the atmosphere, so go to OM5 and then we'll go to OM1, which is always in daylight because it's at the pole. And we'll find OM1 wherever it is. OM3, cruise around, we'll find it. OM2, this should be OM1. OM4, okay, I was wrong. Must be this one then. There we go. We'll go to OM1. Accidentally turned off the quantum overlay. Okay. Now we're in outer space. Turn around and head down towards the planet. It takes a while to get there, so it might be a good opportunity for you to go and grab a cup of tea or coffee or a cold drink if it's a hot day. Press tab if you want to scan. Tab will
Hey, it's no good coming here until we finish dealing with the rest of the Nine Tails lieutenants. Take care of them first, and then we can focus on finding the importer.
There's that Nine Tails advertisement again. It's an announcement that everyone gets, I guess, because there's an event going on. A Nine Tails Siege of RYZEN event. And whenever that's running, you get these these announcements about the Nine Tails gang trying to take over RYZEN. I guess that's what it's about anyway. The altimeter there on the right in the middle in the box where it says 65 right now will change once I hit the atmosphere and start getting closer to the planet. It will start to show me my height above the ground, which is a useful tool to have. Because I mean, I should have been more aware of it earlier, but I'm aware of it now. I usually set my scan to 179. Yep, 179, there it is on the left. So that scans at 179 degrees and picks up the gems and the rocks, of course, the other rocks. But anything that scans in under 3000 is usually a rock, a gem. Anything that scans in over 3000 is usually a rock of some kind, maybe quantanium, or who knows. Now we're in the atmosphere. We're starting to get close to the ground, so I will start to level out and start to scan a little bit more frequently until I start getting readings of rocks, more than likely, when I first go in range. And I'll just bring the speed right back. Here we go, there's our first rock. If we get close, you'll see that it's a rock rather than gems. It'll get close. Once it gets to about 2000, okay. 2300, it came in on that rock. So you can see there in the reticule that it's a rock. If I scan it again, it comes up as a rock. We'll head towards this rock over here and hopefully we'll end up getting some gems scanning in. Get up a bit higher. Don't want to crash into the ground. Press spacebar if you want to go up, because it's like VTOL. Go over here. Keep scanning. Here we go. There could be gems. Scanned in at under 2600. Oh no, it's a rock. What the hell? Okay. Over there, keep scanning. If they scan in under 600, 700, they're usually hand minables, which means you use your multi-tool and a mining attachment to get them. Well, we're not going to do any of that today. Oh, there we go, 2600, that could be gems. I'm hoping it's gems. I hope it's... Oh yeah, I think that's gems. Hopefully it's hadonite as well. But just for the purpose of this video, whatever it is, I'm gonna mine it. Show you how it's done. It's gonna be tough to park in there with all those rocks. Getting close. What do we got? Oh yeah, it's green, which means it's dollarvine. It's not hadonite. Not worth very much. But as I said, I'm going to mine it anyway. Put the landing gear down. Oh, okay. We've crashed. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's the end of that video. Welcome to Star Citizen. I just want. It's not a one-dimensional. It's not like you maybe with SATA servers sometimes. Until October's. This video, whatever it is, I'm gonna mine it. Show you how it's done. It's kind of tough to park in there. All those rocks. Getting close. What do we got? Oh yeah, it's green, which means it's dollarine. It's not havenite. Not worth very much. But as I said, I'm going to mine it anyway. Put the landing gear down. Oh, okay. We've crashed. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's the end of that video.